Here we are for this week's edition of Backpage Blues. Charlie Skillen from the Mail Online has been kind enough to join me again. I'm very privileged. Charlie, I'm hearing some wonderful news. As much as we all love Diego Costa, another Costa might be coming into our life.
Yeah, it's a different player, Douglas Costa, who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. We've reported this week that Chelsea's latest bid is about just over 18 million, after having a bid of 16 million rejected.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but I mean, Shakhtar Donetsk are famously hard to get any player out of. You know, they got a lot of money, they got a lot of backing, they've fiercely protected their players. Obviously, we signed William from them in the summer.
Oh, he was a fortune.
Yeah,
wasn't
that was a lot of money. In our favour, though, is he's come out this week and said, you know, that Chelsea is his absolute dream move. He wants to play for Jose Mourinho. He's played at Shakhtar for 5 years now. He wants a new challenge.
Yeah, I'm never convinced when I hear that. This sort of reeks of Robbie Keane signing for his boyhood club at every move, doesn't it?
No, but you know, it's fair enough. You know, he's 24. You know, this would be a big step up for him. Having said that, my personal opinion is that he'd be Chelsea's second choice to Juan Cuadrado.
Oh, so it's either or, it won't be both?
In my opinion, no. In my opinion, they'll try to go for Cuadrado.
So what's the glitch here? Because last time we spoke, Cuadrado seemed to be nearing completion. Has there been a hiccup?
No, I mean, not at all. I mean, transfer deadline is still runs till Monday. There's all these things to be sorted out. Fiorentina are still absolutely adamant they want his buyout fee, which is 26.8 million, at which point, of course, they wouldn't have any power over him stopping towards Chelsea. Again, we believe that the player is absolutely desperate for the move. So much so, in fact, that Fiorentina are already looking elsewhere for wingers.
Well, they were looking at Mo Salah, weren't they? That was a potential.
Well, I mean, Chelsea again have offered Salah to them on loan as a kind of a little incentive. How much incentive that is kind of up to your opinion of him. Interestingly, the papers in Italy today have said that Man United are also in for Cuadrado. They certainly were in the summer, but we report today that that's not the case. So Chelsea do have a clear run at him, and he wants to come to Chelsea.
Right. I don't think it feels weird, particularly for someone of my generation, to say this. But Manchester United, in their current state, aren't actually a rival. They're not. No player is going to rather sign for United than they are Chelsea on current.
Not in pure footballing terms, but even with Roman Abramovich, Man United have a much bigger spending power than Chelsea. The FFP Warriors just aren't there for them, which they are for us, which is probably why we'll only sign one of Cuadrado or Costa. One interview I found interesting in the week was Micah Richards spoke out today. Obviously, he trains with them every day at Fiorentina, and he said, you know, this guy's got it all. He's got power, pace, technique. He said he'd be perfect for the Premier League.
Really?
So that's all quite good.
There's a guy, we've got a viewer, Charlie, somebody then would have been buzzing because they thought that we've got a Micah Richards loyal fan on this who is desperate for us to talk to Micah Richards and really wants us to sign him. And I bet you thought you were in there. Sorry, it's just his report on Cuadrado, and he thinks he's great, does he? Yeah,
he's a massive fan of him. He also said that Cuadrado's asking him what England's like.
Okay. Well, don't tell him the truth. Get him over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that could be good. So, if he does sign, will that spell the end for Schurrle?
Well, look, I mean, Schürrle's not been in the squad now for 2 games in a row, 2 big games. You know, I probably expect this to be the end of the line for him. Wolfsburg have actually been in London this week to try and thrash out a deal for him. We're looking at kind of the 23 million to 30 million kind of range.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? To spend 30 million pounds on a player who's not getting in the current squad.
And I kind of think that's what's holding it up, actually. Chelsea want quite a lot of money for him. In fact, Wolfsburg actually kind of distanced themselves to move publicly, but privately, you know, the Mail Online's reported that they're in London this week.
Right.
Having said that, Dortmund are also interested. There's some other clubs interested. Schürrle, you know, definitely wants to move away. You know, don't think he's happy at Chelsea. It's probably you wouldn't be if you were getting the sort of game time that he is.
Yeah.
So you know that's
such a shame for him. Where did it all go wrong for Andre Schurrle? He was a good player. He seemed to have a lot of potential. He was in a lot. He featured in all the big games, and he just hasn't been able to turn it on this year at all.
And of course, he had a great World Cup.
He had a great World Cup, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those. You know, he hasn't been in the team, and frankly, I don't think he's taken those chances when he has been in the side.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. He's been poor, actually. It's a shame.
So, I mean, Mourinho's criticised his attitude quite a lot this season. You know, it's not a move that I want to see, but I think we've reached the end of the line for him at Chelsea.
I wish him well. It's not often I say that when people leave Chelsea, but I actually wish him well. For some reason, I think that he's a good player, and hopefully it works out for him elsewhere. Charlie, I've got one more for you, and I probably shouldn't be telling you this.
Right.
I've been sworn to secrecy on this one, but I have heard about a signing before anyone else.
Wow.
Guy from my gym, right, he's an Israeli guy who has a house in Madrid.
Right.
He knows Sergio Ramos and him to be buying a flat, hear me out, to be buying a flat on Chelsea Harbour. This is all first-hand, like my mate at the gym has told me this.
Okay.
So explain to me why Sergio Ramos is buying a flat at Chelsea Harbour.
Okay, look, I don't want to put a damper on your mate or question your sources raw at all. That's not a deal I can see happening, at least for the minute.
You can't undermine me on a channel that I work. You can't do that. This is happening.
Sorry, mate.
Really?
Yeah, no, look, I really can't see it. He's firmly in the team at Madrid at the minute. He had a great 2014. Obviously, he won the Champions League with them. He also had a pretty nasty bust up with Mourinho when Jose was in charge at Madrid. A lot of Chelsea fans want to see a new defender at the club. It's not a dip, but Ramos, it's impossible getting players out of Madrid unless they're very, very unhappy.
Okay, slightly wounded by that information, to be honest. I don't necessarily agree with Charlie. I know that this move is going to happen because I heard it firsthand from my mate in the gym. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see who's more clued up on that one.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much for joining us, Charlie.
No problem, mate.
And make sure that you comment, subscribe, and let us know, because we always check the comments. So let us know, do you agree with us? Is there anyone who you want us to sign? Put it down, or anyone that you know. Have you heard any rumours? We're coming up to deadline day. Let us know if you've heard anyone, and I'll tap him up and find out. Or I'll ask the guy at my gym. Cheers for watching.
Cheers.